Delaware in the building. Y'all ain't ready for the Delaware takeover. Y'all not ready for this unique style and creativity that everybody in the world wants to see. Nadj and Jay is bringing it, and everything they bring got that Delaware swag.
Hey everybody.
We're here.
On the YouTube.
We are here on the tubes of you.
That sounded weird.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Go ahead.
I didn't. I wanted to start with this very eloquent piece of artwork that describes our current upgrade. Mm-hmm. Hold on. I done kept it real from the jump. Living at my mama house and we'd argue every Monday. I was trying to get it on my own. Working all night, traffic on the way home. And my uncle calling me like, where you at? I gave you the keys. Told you to bring it right back. I just think it's funny how it goes. Now I'm on a roll. $500,000 for a show. And we started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole crew here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team is freaking here. Thank you. This is from Sir Drake.
Well done. I don't know where we are that's here, but we're here. I will say that I'm a little pumped because this is our first official
this
YouTube
nigga wore
live
a
video.
jacket. He said, how do I look? I'm surprised he didn't pull out the bow tie and an ascot. What is an ascot? I just want to
I have an ascot. I can wear one time. It's the kind that you kind of tuck in and it's like, it looks like a scarf almost.
Well, I need to get you a pipe. We got to get you a pipe.
I can go that to be funny one day.
Yes.
But this is our first time on YouTube. And this is probably going to be my kind of standard outfit from here on out, to be honest. You can't see the changes and the things that we're working on. But baby steps, y'all. Baby steps.
Someone please, in the comments, please.
I know you already saw the second shot. Hold on,
compliment him.
Hold on, pimp. You see that? We got two cameras up here. We got two cameras.
But notice he put it on me the day that I'm like, I'm not putting on a full face of makeup. I'm not even going to get like super dressed up. But he put it on me.
But you know what the problem is that if I didn't put
and you have
it
to
on,
tell me which camera I'm looking at. Because I'm looking this way and they probably
doesn't
think
really
I'm
matter.
cross-eyed.
Doesn't really matter.
It does.
It does, but like because of,
you always trying to make me look bad.
if I would have put the camera on me first, as the
all they would have seen is the inside of your mouth.
No, all you would have done is complain about the fact that, oh, you think it's all about you, this, that, and the other. Like, you'd have just completely broken my cojones for not making you first. And quite frankly, I do think that there's a lot of times, because she has the whole rundown in front of her. So she's kind of running the show from the end of content. So I think it's important to focus on you for starters, and that's it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to your evening sip of local news, what's happening in real world mess. Mm-hmm. I am the Naja Nicole, and that's Jay.
Yes. Hey there.
It's Women's History Month.
It is.
I'd like to honor my mother, who is an HBCU grad, who is an assistant director at a pharmaceutical company. She has a biology degree.
She a drug dealer?
You already know. She the guy. They don't call her the godmother for nothing.
Right.
Kimala, you are so inspiring. I love you. You are women's history to me, and I am so glad to have you as inspiration in my life. So I honor you this month. Mm-hmm. Anybody you'd like to honor?
I mean, you know what? I will start with my wife because...
Our wife.
From our wife, because that has given... Just watching her be a mom has completely upped my overall respect that I already had for women. She works hard just in terms of her job, and she does a really good job at it. That was too many jobs. And I almost went off the rails real quick because I got another job I was about to throw into it, but I didn't. But, watching what a woman does in terms of, going through a pregnancy, childbirth, and then all the mom things.
And
I
the wife
surrender. Listen,
And
and
the
managing
person
the third
things.
child. It is not a joke, and I have a tremendous amount of respect. Fundamentally, I'll say this: I do feel like, you know, the world would probably be a much less violent place if women were in charge. And I know they're going, oh, y'all never seen a mad woman. There wouldn't be war. There wouldn't be. Just look at the statistics. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at who's actually doing what, and it's all there for you. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Well,
We love you, Lisa. We love you, Mom. You had on your wild moments dentist day.
oh, yes. So,
Y'all
I
do see he got nice teeth, so he do go to the dentist.
shout out to
That's
Smile
good to
Builders.
know.
Hold on, let me get close. Right there, right there.
Oh,
That's my best friend, Dr. Anthony Skiatis, who runs Smile Builders Inc. And my children and I I was driving them to school today, and I heard that today is like National Dentist Day. I don't know if it's international or national, but it's Dentist Day here in the States. And because I have a best friend who's an excellent dentist, who's really successful, who I also helped run his business for a couple of years, shout out to all the dentists. I know what you do is really important. And I will say this: oral health is extremely important for your overall health. So get those teethers, get those chompers taken care of by the right guy, because it really matters. And I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Yay. Another wild moment. My husband and my son cut their hair. Not this past weekend, the weekend before.
Should I get prepared?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So everyone's been waiting for the big reveal.
Yes.
Here he is,
All
my
right.
husband.
Bum, 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 bum.
Woo!
Boom,
Ain't he
boom,
fine?
boom, boom, boom.
He look great.
Who is that?
Oh my God! You need to let your kids watch more TV because that's Spies in Disguise. That's the guy from Spies in Disguise. That's the agent. The movie is about him, and my husband looks just like him.
Okay,
Looks
like
literally.
him.
Tell me look at him and think about Ish right now.
I don't see it.
Oh well, I see it.
I mean, they're both
And
very
Journey sees it.
okay. I mean, they're both very handsome. I'm not saying like that.
No, but that's who he looks like.
No, but okay.
It's hilarious.
Okay.
He will not reveal his photos just yet. So
Why?
He had a photo shoot, so he wants to do it himself. So I'm trying to be respectful, but I am chomping at the bit, y'all, because I got picture after picture. The one thing that I've noticed, I've never seen my husband.
Can I make fun of
the back of his head? No, I have never seen the back of his head before we got married because he had hair.
You haven't pegged him before?
Why do you do this? Why? Why do you do this? Anyway, he's got this little ridge in the back of his head that I see now, and I keep wanting to just bite it just to see if it's hard or if it's a little fatty, and he won't let me. So if there are any ladies who bite the back of their husband's head from time to time, please chime in and let me know what it's like, because he keeps swatting at me. I do know that when I go to hug him and I touch the back of his head, there's nothing there but head, and it's odd.
Head and more head.
All right. Who do we have flowers for? Darnell Miller.
So he's getting professional photos taken of his haircut.
Listen here.
Okay, I'm moving on. You model types. Continue.
Yeah.
I'm just love you.
Darnell Miller, flowers to you. We love you so much. We were at your birthday party last night. Awesome.
It was.
Time.
It was, and it was packed on a Sunday night in Delaware.
Okay, and it was good music, good vibes. I mean, I had a great time. There was so many people there. If it's one person that can pull a crowd together
and a diverse crowd.
That's what yes. Of all diversities, it's Darnell.
Yeah.
And the music was slapping, honey. I'm talking about everybody was up there just killing it. Mm-hmm. So happy birthday to you. And then
hold on. Let me hold on. No. You know what? Kudos to you for not saying that you did a great job on stage also.
Oh, yes.
Nadj got on stage and did the Jill sock, give it to me. Is that what it's called?
It's love.
It's love. Give it to me. She killed it. And I think it was really dope because it's not something that I would have pictured you on or heard you on. and it really worked because it's got a different vibe for you, and you got right in that little groove and ran with it, and it was dope. So
I literally sang that at the block party last year.
I was drunk and taking pictures.
Right, got it. Okay, just wanted to put that out there. But thank
Great
you.
job.
Thank you. I was ready to perform a whole set and a half. Like, he gave me 2 minutes and was like, give it up for Nadj and Nicole. And I was like, what?
But it wasn't because...
No.
Wait, don't say it like that.
It was
he didn't give her 2 minutes. It wasn't him. It wasn't him.
He was ready. He had
was
to
ready
keep
to
let me fly, baby.
Yes.
But they was like, we got to go.
Yes, it wasn't him.
No, it was not Darnell. So I thank him for giving me the 2 minutes that he did, because I know they was pushing it with time.
Yeah.
But let me tell y'all something. I'm ready to go. Okay, I am ready to stage dive. Like,
I can dig it.
I feel good. So flowers. And then also to the Wilmington Library.
To the library.
Sorry, I had to say that right.
Yeah.
Had to correct myself. To Wilmington Library for their Dancing with the Stars, their second annual Dancing with the Stars. Congratulations to the winners and all the contestants who had a great time and the people who are a part of it. This is a fundraiser for the library. God, how am I gotta get it together. So yeah, everybody looked like they had a great time. So yeah.
Just don't ever get it twisted. And when it comes to modern dance in Wilmington, Delaware...
Wait, can you explain it to the one person who commented who didn't understand?
Mrs. Wickersham, when I said that you don't want this modern dance smoke, number one, I was kidding. When someone says you don't want this smoke, it means that I'm going to do a really good job at it and I'm going to be better than you and you better watch out. So you don't want this smoke, you know what I'm saying? And we were sarcastically saying that can't nobody modern dance like Nadj and Jay. Listen.
That's why we said we was gonna dance at Denny's in the Dollar Tree.
We were pretty terrible, but we had a good time doing it.
We were the weakest link. We were the prettiest.
But we had a time.
We had a time, baby. We had a time.
So
that had
that's
to be
all.
the most embarrassing time of
You
my
don't
life.
want this modern dance smoke, son.
Oh my God. Okay.
Remember this?
Stop.
You know what it felt like we were doing? What's the synchronous swimming?
Oh yeah, synchronized.
We were doing the synchronized swimming to music to Earth, Wind, and Fire. It was terrible.
We literally can't listen to that song anymore. I've never been so embarrassed.
It was brutal. Yeah.
I know the people sitting in the
Like,
seats.
what are these two folks? And here's the thing. I don't know why we didn't expect it to go quite this far with it, but the funny thing is I'm sure that because of how we present in other ways, like you're cool, you dress well, you listen to cool stuff, everybody knows I'm reasonably athletic and I stay in shape. They're like, oh, they're about to do some backflips and they're going to do splits and do all kinds of craziness, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody know I'm stiff.
Listen.
Everybody know I'm stiff as a board. They knew ain't nothing was about to happen. Child, we spelled our names out, and I kept forgetting how to spell my damn name.
It was so bad, but we had fun, and we really did, and I wouldn't take it back. So, yeah.
That's you. Mm-hmm. All right, what's going on in Delaware? Mm-hmm. Okay, not much going on that I found. I mean, other than a bunch of open mics and stuff. You can go on Facebook and find out. But the things that stuck out for me were Saturday, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Hold on, let me get this thing up here. I got you.
Bone Thugs and Harmony are going to be at the Queen on Saturday at 8 p.m. So get your tickets now. My earliest memory of Bone Thugs and Harmony is that video. Was it the Crossroads song? And I remember that video made me cry because I realized that they was talking about death. And I was like real young. And I was like, oh my God, the person died. And
that's your first memory, huh?
That's my
interesting.
first memory of them. Because I remember hearing the song and I was like, and then I remember seeing the video and I was like,
all right. Well, if you decide to get your tickets, make sure that you either, I think you can definitely buy tickets on the first of the month. So cash your checks and get up. Do you know that?
No.
That's Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh. You're supposed to get that.
No.
The old people got it. It's the first of the month. So cash your checks and get up. Oh, you're terrible.
I'm so sorry.
Crossroads is when they went pop. You don't know the original. It's the Thuggish Rugged Bone. It's the thuggest, rugged bone.
I know you look like one of the guys in there though.
Busy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That you do. You
No,
are busy.
when I was in the ATL, and I had a little bit. I didn't have this much hair, but I had hair, and I remember like pulling up to a drive-thru, and it was like, "Busy Bone." Like, no, it's not. It's not Busy Bone. It's definitely not Busy Bone. But yeah.
Well, if you are interested, they will be at the Queen.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, we will be attending the red carpet event at Theater Inn. This is a fundraiser, so make sure you guys come on out to support Theater Inn. We will be dressed to the nines, darling. Dressed to the nines.
Yep. You want to slap me? Come on. Come on.
Grow up.
Fine.
Grow up.
But hey, you should come, number one, because it's going to be a good time.
They have popcorn.
They have popcorn. They have
and drinks.
And drinks. And we will say it over and over again that Theater Inn has been great to us.
Yes.
For us.
Yes.
You know, so go to their venue and see the shows, buy the things, support them, because they have been critical. And I really mean this to our growth. So yeah,
definitely.
We'll be there in support and yeah, have a good time.
I gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear. I think I want to do like something big and poofy.
Yeah.
Other than my hair.
I'm gonna wear a white T-shirt and blue jeans. I'm not, but
yeah, that's your usual. I don't see what the funny was. What's happening in local news? What's going on around town? Tomorrow, Tuesday, Trayvon Martin's mother will be speaking at the University of Delaware. The event is being put on by Black Mothers and Police Violence and will feature a conversation between Fulton and Loretta Prater at the college's inaugural Ida B. Wells lecture.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to... Well, there'll be a space for me to go down this rabbit hole a little bit more, but I just think it is really wild that there have been so many high-profile... Not high-profile, but so many giant news stories regarding police killing Black people since Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
And I was hoping and praying that that would be a turning point for the country, and unfortunately, it hasn't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean...
I don't know why I would be so naive to think it would be, but anyway, sorry. Yeah.
I have a lot to say, but I also have nothing to say.
Yep.
The registration is required. It starts at 4 p.m. So make sure you guys take care of that if you'd like to go. You wanted to talk about the former police officer. Yeah,
can you give me some of the details first?
So former.
Look at that camera right there. If you want to look into the second camera, I'll get you squared away. All right. Here, run the show. All right, second camera and go.
Camera two.
Camera two.
Red light.
All right, we're being funny right now, but this is actually serious. But you got it.
I have a headache. I do. I cannot. A former Wilmington police officer has been convicted by a jury in Newcastle of felony, false statement, and official misconduct, charges that resulted from an investigation into an officer-involved shooting. His name is James McCall. He was charged in March 2021 after discrepancies turned up in the investigation in 2019. Go ahead.
So, for people who, I'm sure there are actually people who don't know, and I'm going to kind of give you some information because it's actually really important. So, he was convicted in this case. And I wish Keandra was here right now to give you the details that she knows, because she knows a lot more than me. But he was also involved with Jeremy McDowell, Bam McDowell's murder. He was there, and one of the lies about that story is that he had a gun on him. And the gun that was found on him was pretty much the same gun that they found in the other in the other case that he was convicted on. And it was an old .38. It was planted. And this is part of why he was convicted. So it's really... If you listen to Keandra's story, she'll tell you she knew that he wasn't armed because he owned a gun that she knew what it was. It was a Glock. And that's not what was found at the scene. And it's been from this, like, it's always been stated, like, the family and anyone who knew the situation really, that whatever gun was found within that 38 revolver that nobody carries ever was planted. And so to have this same officer involved with that, that in itself should at least, in the very least, make you raise both of your eyebrows and be like, okay, well, there's clearly got to be some other funny business because, you know, you think for like that's the one time he did something shady and it was with that same gun. Like, are you out of your mind? And so the family was paid by the city or the state, both, I don't know, you know, for the damages, but no one has been convicted of murder because of Leobor and the way that it protects police. But like, when you clearly understand that a gun was planted on him, how does that not automatically, like, it's a fact, like, he was unarmed at the time that he was shot 17 times by police. The narrative was that they were so scared because they thought he had a gun that they had to shoot him to protect themselves. He didn't. And in all likelihood, it was planted on him afterwards. So no one, it's great that he's being, you know, charged for that crime, but the bigger crimes that have resulted in far more, you know, pain and suffering and real death, like, everyone involved shouldn't be charged from that end. And this is why, again, we need Leobor reform, because in as much as we support police, that those officers should have gone to jail. They should have been charged with murder. It was murder, and they planted a weapon on them, and this is why we need change. Like, you see the pieces, and I don't know how the Department of Justice or how the Attorney General is functioning with the rest of this information, and I know Keandre could say more, but, like, great, but that's not the real crime that's been happening, you know? And who knows how many people he planted stuff on, and what kind of evidence in other ways who knows, drugs, who knows? We can't even begin to talk about it. And Keandre, we talked a little bit, was saying, like, you wouldn't believe, because she went to the trial to listen to how things, you know, to listen to what was going on. And it was just testimony. It was like, it was clearly stated that there's a lot of, to say it at best, confusion and all out just shadiness about the way that some cases are handled. It's not organized, and it's not as it should be. I don't know. I'm not there. But you see, he was charged for that. And, like,
You guys need to read the article.
you need to read the article, but, like, but the article won't say anything about how it's really connected to BAM too, and it's so important. Like, guns are being planted on innocent people, and they're saying that they murdered them. I mean, that they were murdered, and the police are saying, well, they had a right to be scared because he had a gun, but they didn't. It's a lie. I don't know where the good guys were, but you see the problem, and I'll stop there.
So, this just made me think about, you know, the constant fight for Leobor, or the change of Leobor. And for the people who don't know, Leobor is the Delaware Law Enforcement Officers' Bill of Rights. This means that in Delaware, police misconduct records are secret. Police misconduct includes when an officer lies, uses excessive force, engages in sexual misconduct, and falsifies or tampers with evidence. So basically what Leobor does is protect us, the citizens, from being able to look into any past issues or transgressions or misconduct. So if we get that changed,
it's a step in the right direction.
We'd be able to see what these officers have done in the past. To be like, okay, there's a pattern here. There's something going on.
But there's also an issue with it protecting, you know, them in certain ways. Like, it's like, okay, I'll put it to you this way. If I had shot someone in the street because I thought they had a gun and I was wrong, I'm going to jail. I understand that officers need more protection in some regards, but fundamentally, that's not fair. You don't get to accidentally shoot someone and go home.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what's going on in the local arena. Can you please pull this picture up? This is
Yes.
This is directed towards my family. I'm coming for y'all.
Petty and now.
The woolly mammoth will be reincarnated in 4 years. Okay? The colossal woolly mammoth.
And
the
why does
long
this matter?
Dead.
Yes.
Because they cloning them.
But why are you giving your finger?
So I'm saying this to my parents because when I was like 7, I used to watch the news a lot. Don't ask me why. Okay? I still watch the news. But I was watching a news story where they were saying that they found a woolly mammoth in its perfect form in some ice, and they were going to bring him back. And I was at dinner. My parents have this on film of me telling them about this woolly mammoth and the scientists.
Oh.
And so my mom...
About how old were you?
I was like 7.
Okay.
7,
Wow,
9,
you remember
8,
this.
9.
Your petty runs deep,
Listen,
but go ahead.
And my mom and my dad and my sisters, my family, have for years taunted me. The woolly mammoth? The woolly mammoth? Nasha, what about the woolly mammoth? And I just sit there and I take it because I'm like, I was 7. I didn't know what I was talking about.
You know what you should do?
Well, now, who's laughing?
What you should do, like if you're going to be petty about this and already be this petty, I think that one of our goals should be...
To ride a woolly mammoth.
You're not thinking big. You got to have vision. What you need to do is when we get big,
okay,
you're going to buy yourself a woolly mammoth and have a woolly mammoth on a big ranch that you can give all, like the grandchildren, you're going to give them woolly mammoth rides. Like the same way. And it's going to have a cool name, and you're going to have your own mammoth. And
we're going to call him Willie.
We're going to call him Willie. Yes.
Willie the woolly mammoth.
Yeah. And just parade that thing around your parents all the time, like
Child.
You know what I'm saying?
I rode an elephant once, and
what?
he only took like 2 steps, and he started pooping, and we had to get off.
Is his name Ish?
I don't get it.
It's okay.
I don't get it. Are
it's
you?
Okay.
What are you trying to say? What are you intend? What are you implying? Don't talk about my husband no more.
It's actually a compliment.
I don't get it.
That's fine. Enough people do. It's fine. You don't have to.
You're such a child.
Thank you.
So yeah, I just wanted everyone to know that the woolly mammoth is coming for you. And I, Nadj Nicole, saw this 24 years ago. In the news.
The math like a turtle. Go ahead.
Condolences to Wayne Shorter, who passed away at 89 years old.
A Titan. One of our jazz titans. I'll leave it at that,
Yeah. So condolences to his family and his fans.
Did you know that he was a mentor for your homegirl, Esperanza Spalding? Yeah. They had a very close relationship. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So, yeah.
That makes sense because I think she posted something about him.
Okay.
I got that. Wow. So everyone, we've been talking about Creed 3. Don't put it up yet.
Okay.
Can
I get prepared? I'm prepared. You understand? I'm looking at the wrong camera. I just looked at the wrong camera. I have these 2 camera sets up, and this is why I added one camera at a time.
They dumb, they blind, they light skinned. Jesus. The best thing about them is their hair.
So,
No.
All right, go ahead.
So, over the weekend, y'all know Creed 3. You know, with our guys.
I'm surprised you haven't seen it yet, but go ahead.
I need to be prepared, okay? This is not something I could go to the movies with my husband with. It's just, even though he wanna go together, like I just don't see it's appropriate. It's just so like I was saying.
You should do a girls' night. Get everybody together.
I should. I wanted to go with Nataki on Saturday.
Yeah, you can bring Lisa. Like y'all all go.
Lisa, we going.
Yeah.
We going.
I'll watch the kids. It's all right.
We gonna get a bottle.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, Creed 3 came out. So over the weekend, interview clips came out of Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors being interviewed by, let me get her name right, Sharonda Williams, who is a movie interviewer, a movie critic. Basically, she's big time. So you can show the thing. As she's walking out of the interview, you can see both Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors checking her enormous rump out. I mean, the girl got a thing, okay? That thing was thangin'. And they both, Jonathan Majors' head actually turned. Michael B. Jordan's eyes slightly turned. But the two of them, it was synchronized. It was perfect. And that's when I was like, they're in sync. So I just want to dive into this for a minute.
But that's as much of a guy as that's what guys do.
No. So
okay.
I looked more into the interview, and when she first sat down, this is about to change paths. So just stay with me.
Yep.
When they first started the interview, she sat down and they were excited, and they were sitting next to each other like homeboys do, and you can immediately see the two types of men that Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors are. You know, you have Jonathan Majors, who's a tad bit more refined. He's a little bit more theatric when it comes to his acting, a little more studied in theater. And then you have Michael B. Jordan, who is an actor. You know, he is heartthrob, but he's still, you can tell there's still a little bit of innocence with his like hood appeal, right? So you got Michael B. Jordan, who's like sitting there, you know, chilling, and then you got Jonathan Majors, who's got his, you know, his leg, you know, the pose. And when they start talking, I realize that they're flirting. They're being flirtatious. And Jonathan Majors puts his hand on Michael B. Jordan's knee. And it was almost
Who are
like
they being flirtatious with?
Sharonda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sharonda
that guy,
Williams.
you said they're being flirtatious and he put his hand on his knee.
No.
Okay, go
They
ahead.
were being towards her, hyping her up.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And I started, now this is me using my brain. Go back to the two cameras because I need your face.
Don't you tell, I'm the producer of this show. I'm playing. I'm totally playing.
So I went down a rabbit hole.
Hey, did y'all see we got two cameras today? We're working it out and we're loving it. But go ahead.
I went down a rabbit hole today and I started thinking thoughts. And I started thinking about the fact, so you know they had that photo shoot recently. I don't know if you saw it, but they were like hugged up and people thought it was really controversial. I don't care what you say. But
my brother knows.
Michael B. Jordan made it very clear that when he lost Chadwick Boseman, he really felt that. Like he lost a brother.
Sure.
Right? And then recently in another interview, he mentioned how deeply he cared for the friendship and the brotherhood that he found in Jonathan Majors. And what I realized in that moment, and when I see them interacting, and when I saw Jonathan Majors giving the Walk of Fame speech that Michael B. Jordan was getting, because he was getting the star on the Walk of Fame, and they were talking, I was like, number one, I am so elated to see an openly beautiful friendship developing in front of America's eyes of two strong black men in Hollywood.
Okay.
Be so strong, right?
Yeah, that was kind of like Sydney and Harry Belafonte.
Yes.
Yeah.
It means so much to me as a black woman, as a woman of the arts, as a mother of a black son, as the wife of a black man who, you know, wants friendships like that as well. It also meant something to me to see a bit of healing for Michael B. Jordan. And I say that because I followed his career for some time. The Marjorie
This one picture made you go down all the way down here?
Did.
Okay, go ahead. I'm here. I like it. I'm
then
okay.
I started researching all this type of stuff.
I'm in. Go ahead.
I get locked in.
No. Go keep going.
Not the Marjorie Harvey. What's her name? Lori Harvey.
Yeah.
I started looking at the Lori Harvey thing, and whether or not people say it was a propaganda relationship, the man had some type of pain. There was something going on. But after Chadwick passed, something about his energy shifted for me. Maybe I'm crazy, but it seemed like there was some pain, and there has been some pain. And then on top of that, this being his first movie that he's directed, and then Jonathan Majors hasn't been as mainstream as Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
Michael B. Jordan has been like the hot guy, sexiest man alive.
Sure.
Jonathan Majors is a big deal when it comes to acting, but hasn't been in the public's eye as much.
Okay.
On like mainstream. So to see them two come together, and then for them to form this brotherhood and to create like this giant, like,
force of black young star power. Okay.
And then Creed is doing exceptionally well, and then they're carrying over this friendship just into life. I was so moved by it. I was almost moved to tears because it just made me feel like They're doing this in front of the world. People don't see this. They see rappers beefing. They see them talking about women negatively. They talk about jewelry, talk about cars. They talk about... They're not talking about... These men are doing something positive. They're giving back to the community. They're setting standards. They're beautiful men.
Okay.
You know, they're taking care of themselves and they're taking care of each other in the public eye in front of all America. When we have so many young black men dying, we have so many ill, disgusting representations of what a black man should look like because of whatever situation. And then you have these two beautiful men doing all of this in front of us. And I just was like, oh my God, this is beautiful.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't. Great.
I feel so much better.
I could have kept that on you the whole time. I don't know what you needed me for, but great. Great.
On top of that, I have to say it. They fine as hell, child. And what kills me is that they're in the same movie together, and this is why I cannot go with my husband, Lisa.
Yeah, have at it. I don't.
Girl. All right.
Yeah. Great.
Now we're going to move on to the topic of the night, the Chris Rock stand-up. Go ahead. I'm going to let you jump in because I was not a fan, but go ahead.
So, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't the funniest stand-up special I've ever seen. It wasn't maybe even the best.
Then why the hell you like it?
It doesn't have to be the best for me to like it. What do you mean?
No, you said it wasn't even funny.
I didn't say it wasn't funny. I said it wasn't the funniest I've ever seen.
Okay.
You don't. Okay. She doesn't think Chris Rock is funny.
I never have. Sorry.
So don't. I mean, don't make it sound like I'm weird for liking Chris Rock. I mean, I'm
sorry.
Yeah, like that's not
sorry.
okay. Cool. Like he. I mean, if you don't, but yeah. So it's not like I don't even think it was his best, but it was good. It was great actually. I laughed out loud plenty of times. But comedy has morphed in a lot of ways. And even Chappelle isn't always like keel over and choke with laughter funny. But he makes some really huge social points. So it's like a weird blend sometimes of almost ranting and preaching and also making people laugh at the same time and pushing buttons and being inappropriate. There's a lot going on with modern comedy. And just in general. But overall, if you paid attention and kind of watched everything that he put together, the whole idea was about everyone has selective outrage and everyone is a victim to the point where even white men are claiming that they're victims. And at the end of the day, he was also clearly a victim of the big smack, but his response to it was within the lines of what he was complaining about, meaning that he took it like a man and didn't complain about I'm a victim. He responded actually and really threw some verbal punches back and really made the situation very clear in terms of what it really was and what the slap was really about. But him and Chappelle both do an excellent job of having a theme that runs through all of the humor and tying it back in at the end and dropping the mic. And that I love to see because it's funny, but it's also, it's almost like a book or like a poem. It has an overall meaning. And the fact, like, you know, I think that there are a lot more people who are, you know, kind of quietly getting frustrated with the degree to which people are so reactive to anything that is outside of how they think or how they speak. To the point where, and I'm not mad all day about this, but he made a point. Like, everyone is outraged. Everyone is offended. And you see a lot of comedians complaining about it right now because that's kind of what they do is push buttons. And now it's like, can I push buttons or is the whole world going to cave in on me? To the point where even me, I remember specifically, maybe, I don't know, sometime over the summer, I used the word female in a post on purpose in a joke. And it almost like there were several people who were like, well, you shouldn't say female because this and that. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
What post was this?
I said something funny about Adele. And a lot of people laughed their tails off at the comment. But there's always somebody, even when, listen, Spaz. So, like, if you don't have to respond to everything that isn't exactly in line with how you feel about things.
Not everybody's attacking you.
Or anyone at all.
Yeah.
It's just a comment and people talk differently, and a lot of people are frustrated about it. And that's what I love about art, is because overall he is saying things on a big platform that a lot of people agree with. Some people don't. And it was really cool to see how he managed that and how he talked about it. And again, he brought it back. He was like, yo, everybody's a damn victim. And we all need to just kind of tighten up a little bit. Like, I'm not saying that you can be totally offensive and just say nigger, 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 nigger. You know, obviously that's not okay. But like, we have to have a little bit of play here where you can push buttons a little bit as long as you're not trying to be nasty. And it's okay to play with words and kind of poke fun at people. And he brought it back saying like, yo, everybody's a victim. And he could have, you know, cried that I'm the victim. But nah, he took that slap, you know, kept it quiet, handled it like a man, responded with absolute professionalism, and threw some punches back verbally when the time was right. And I'll also say this about it. I'm a big supporter of Will Smith. I love Will Smith. He will always be, unless he does some really off-the-wall stuff, I will always be a fan of him. I will support him. You know, he made a mistake. He admitted he made a mistake. I don't hold any bad blood against him. Why would I bad blood? But like, I don't have any like bad feelings. Like, it didn't, you know, impact me overall. Like, he's going through a lot. And here's the thing that really irritated me, even before the slap. That whole red table thing got really popular. And I've seen like bits of it. And I only watched bits because I was completely disgusted with some of the things that I saw. And Chris Rock, as one example, just breaking down, was like, yo, you're mad at me for making a joke when she was already coming at my neck, but that's not what you're really mad about. What you're really mad about is the fact that your wife slept with your child's friend. Just sit on that for a second. And then interviewed about it in front of everybody. Whoa! I can't imagine that. And we all just glance over it like, oh, that's just what Hollywood does. Yeah, it's Hollywood, but that ain't normal. I remember specifically, what's the daughter's name?
Willow.
Willow got on the red table. And she talked about the fact that she was suicidal for the first time on that show when they aired it. What kind of a low-life person would put their daughter's conversation about suicide on an international, universal platform for people to see? Anyone who knows anything about mental health and psychology knows that these things aren't supposed to happen in front of the public's eye. As soon as you find out, assuming it wasn't planned, and if it was planned, that's even scummier. But as soon as I'm sitting here next to someone of anyone that I love, and I find out for the first time that they're suicidal, baby, the cameras go off and we start the process.
Like, pack it up.
You don't turn the lights on. So that's what the slap is about. That man is living in a situation that nobody should live in, and he's got some blame because he's taking it, you know, and you don't accept those kinds of things and participate in those kinds of things. But at the end of the day, Chris's point was spot on. Like, bro, you gonna tee off on me? I can't even fight. I'm the nerd. So now, you know, you've eaten all this trash and have all this built up rage, and you let it off on me. On me in this moment, bro. You wouldn't do it to The Rock.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Lord,
you wouldn't do that to Jason
night.
Momoa. You wouldn't do that to Michael B. Jordan. You know what I'm saying? You picked a little nerd dude, and it was like he said, it was a bitch ass move. And in as much as it was, like I said, I still have love for Will, but his overall message, there was a lot that was said and it needed to be said. Everybody needs to take a little bit of time and just not be so reactive. That's not to say that we should accept hate and accept the bullshit, but yo,
We should be able to laugh
but
at
yo,
things.
I should. I'm not the victim. I'm not mad, but yo, if somebody says female in a post that's supposed to be a joke, you don't gotta respond. And if you don't like it, just keep on scrolling.
Whew. Thank you for that dissertation.
Sorry.
It's okay. I did that right before you. So
There, we're even.
So, the great Shaka Khan. What?
No, that was the signal. That was the signal. No. I was being funny, but you got it.
That's my signal?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm being funny, but
He over here stressing me out. I don't know where to look. I don't know where to go. Like, where am I? What's going on?
Yo, we got 2 cameras today, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got
my
2
God.
cameras. It's about to be 3. We gonna get it smooth
That
real
means
soon.
I got to get my face together.
You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, girl. Do your
Oh,
thing.
God. Do I look okay?
That's the one we're on.
Make sure my afro ain't flat.
Yeah.
So Shaka Khan said some things about a couple women's in the industry. One very controversial one about her saying that Mary J messed up her song and was flat the entire time. I'm a fan of Shaka Khan's voice. I am a fan of her work from the beginning. I am not a fan of putting people down. Everybody has their own artistic style when it comes to...
But if someone sings like trash, you can't just say that.
I would never say it on a public platform to harm them. Like,
Okay.
I ain't gonna mess nobody check up.
Okay. I respect that.
That's not my place.
Okay.
But if we in my house and I got a couple... But for her to get on that radio, knowing damn well...
But she's in the twilight of her career.
Wait, let's also be mindful of the fact she's been in Twilight for a while. Okay,
She was spot on.
She been.
But she didn't say nothing wrong. Nothing was incorrect. It maybe shouldn't have been said in that space, but it wasn't incorrect.
And then she sent out an apology saying she didn't mean to hurt people's feelings.
It wasn't incorrect though. I'm not saying she should have said it.
I don't care how old you are. You just let people live. Just
Sure.
because you don't agree with how they sound or what they do, let them live. Don't mess up nobody's check.
Wait. I know what you're saying and I agree with it. But if somebody's... Okay, there's a place where there's opinion. Like, I like the tone or I don't like the tone. But flat is flat.
I listened to the song. Was it flat?
That's not my point. Maybe not. But
I didn't see it.
But like, there's also a place where you're singing poorly, and that's not good singing. Like you're singing the wrong note. It's flat.
I get that. Like she's been for the past several years.
Okay.
Flat, drunk, off key, singing the wrong words, stumbling, pausing, almost falling over, not showing up late.
Did she tell any lies?
That's not the point.
Did she tell any lies?
You can remember that when you are pointing your finger at someone, where am I looking?
Hold on.
The hell? Here.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that when you are pointing your finger at someone, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you.
Maybe. Or maybe you're just spot on correct and you nailed it and it needed to be said.
Okay, go ahead. Say what you got to say. Because obviously you on the hate train too.
No. All I said was she spoke straight facts. Maybe she shouldn't have said them in that setting. We could debate that. But she wasn't lying. I mean, there's some wiggle room there, but like, yeah. I'll leave it at that.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay.
Okay. I think Florida Man is on his way back up.
Okay.
Back up.
Okay, we there?
I think we're here.
So can I I'm gonna give it all to you right now. for the
No,
Florida
because
man.
your faces
Okay,
are
okay,
the
okay.
best.
Fine, that's fine. You're right.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Come on, get your drum. I need my drum roll.
I'm gonna make the kids up. No, I'm playing.
Florida man opens front door and is bitten by alligator.
Florida man is back.
Florida man is back, baby.
What? What say you? What?
Friday night.
Hold your mule. Give it to him.
Friday night, the man opened the front door after hearing a noise.
Yes.
Believing it was someone looking for his son. He opened the door. The alligator lunged, and he was bitten in the upper thigh. I don't understand. So let's break this down.
What do you do?
Listen, let's break this down. Let's break this down.
What part of
Oh,
Florida?
it was a 7-foot, 10-inch long alligator.
What part of Florida?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay,
Some
go
part
ahead.
of Florida. It's Daytona Beach. Daytona
Wow.
Beach. So let's play this out. Knock on the door. Oh, someone's here for little Jimmy.
Well, no, you maybe hear something like,
Oh, someone's here for little Jimmy. Let me go and check the door. You go to the door. Do they got peepholes in Daytona, Florida? All
Okay.
right. So imagine they probably got the screen door at least. So you look out and you don't see nobody. So I'm assuming he opens the second door. And first of all, when do alligators jump? Do they jump?
yes, but like in a weird kind of like.
Because they be like this.
They can jump up like that.
Wait,
Not like
wait.
everything goes up,
Can you
but like,
push up?
but like the head will come up. They snap up like that.
So he bit him on the upper thigh. So, but wait, the alligator must
Like
have
that.
been waiting. Like he must. You
He
know
was in the
what?
cut.
He was beefing. He was beefing with him. Something happened.
Maybe he ate
because
one of his friends.
He came to the door.
Maybe he ate one of his
He
friends.
said, "Meet me outside," and he came to the door.
There should be an animation of this. You know what I'm saying? And like a pre-story.
Someone please, because I just don't see an alligator. Because anytime you look at National Geographic, they just be sitting there like this.
No, but that's what they're good. They're good at just sitting and waiting for you
How
to come.
long was he sitting there and
They
not
can wait
making
for a
noise?
long
And
time.
then what about? Did he end up going like this on the door?
But was he? The thing is,
So he opened the door and he lunged at him and bit his thigh off.
the thing that I don't understand, and I'm not an alligator specialist, in case you didn't know, is that I know when they're in the water that they'll chill out and like wait for their prey, and they're looking with their little eyes above the water, even underwater.
Right.
And when they get close, then it jumps up.
Was there a patio?
But if they're just sitting on, do they hunt on the ground? Or was the alligator just scared? Like, was he like, I'm gonna...
Ain't no way that mama was scared. It's gonna be long.
You can scare a gator.
On somebody. Well, maybe because he trespassing. He on somebody's patio. You think he climbed the steps? Or you think this was
It
just
could.
a walk up?
I don't know. I need to see this,
Did
and
he
I
walk
want a
through the
reanimation.
grass? Did you think he walked through the grass, or did he go up the driveway onto the sidewalk patio, up the steps, and then waited? And what do you say when you get bit in the thigh at your front door?
I want to know if he ran back inside and closed the door like, honey, I got bit by a gator. Or if he like tried to tussle, did he have to like...
I bet you he probably grabbed an umbrella by his front door. And
I
like
don't
whipped
know.
his ass.
I think I would scream, try to get back in the house.
Did the
And call
alligator
911.
did he back up?
That's why I think he was scared, because he didn't try to eat him. Maybe he did
Is
try,
that-
but like...
Is that eating? That's eating.
But he might have been like, hi, back up, because I'm scared. Like,
Back up.
you know what I'm saying?
I just don't understand. Like, when I look out my front door, I look everywhere before I walk out. Okay, and I don't got a screen. Okay, so when I look, I be looking.
I mean, I had the raccoon issue before, you know what I'm saying? But they're not
7
attack
feet long, 10 inches,
and aggressive unless they have rabies.
and scaly. Did he not have a porch light?
Yeah, I got nothing. I have zero.
So sending healing energy to that man's upper thigh. The alligator was caught and euthanized.
Damn, man, he didn't do nothing with alligator. That gator was just gatoring. That's messed up. I'm just out here doing what I do.
He was gatoring. Damn, that alligator was just gatoring. Damn, alligating. Yo, I hate you. It's gay. Oh.
Crawling wild gator.
Crawling
Got
wild. Oh God, Florida, we love you.
He flew up to alligator heaven. They said, "How'd they get you, man? What happened?" He said, "Crawling wild gator."
I pulled up to this man's house.
Yeah.
I told catch me outside. Bit of style. They caught me.
The popo came. Oh man. Oh well.
Wait, did the police come?
Pest control, animal control, right? I don't know.
But, so when you call 911, a gator bit me. Who did they send? The fire department has to come out, right? Because it's a 911 call. And then they bring the police, and then the police bring animal control. Do animal control got the wee woo wee woo? Do they have that too?
I feel like they showing up like Steve Irwin. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
like there's a gator here. I heard there's a gator here that you've got to get out of here.
If a wrangler come up and he don't got that accent, get him away from me. Obviously, you can't do your job.
Well, he should have either an Australian or a country accent.
Right, with a missing tooth if he's country.
He's got to sound like a full-on redneck. Yep. If he comes with any kind of proper
if you don't
speeching,
got a farmer's tan, you are not.
If he's like, "Hello, I've come to find your alligator," that man's dead.
We're gonna die. We're all dead.
DOA.
We're all dead.
His name needs to be Bubba showing up with like exactly like, "I hear there's a gator."
That truck need to be old and dirty.
Yeah, there's another gator. Heard you got one. You know what I'm saying?
Some spitting tobacco or a cigarette.
That he's got your back.
And greasy hair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this concludes tonight's first episode of Nadj and Jay on the Tubes of You.
And we hope that you enjoyed it. We'll be back.
Yes, we
with
will.
More cameras soon, more changes, more growth.
Cheers to you for sticking around.
The camera changes will be smoother this time. Next time, we're
gonna get a better signal,
and we're having a good time. What's wrong with the signal?
Cause you doing this.
Oh, I thought you meant like the
ghetto,
signal, the Wi-Fi. Yeah. No, that was.
I'm a lady.
That was super ghetto. But I'm gonna figure out something.
I'm a lady.
Yeah. All right. We love you guys. Thank you for watching. We need a closing video. I just thought about that.
Okay. What can we sing real quick?
I don't know. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Goodbye.